It is open, my friends, while toils have yet to begin. Laughter we had in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Welcome to the Nightbane Disco. When we're talking about how to make disco balls. No, okay. We are just over 100 miles away from the coordinates given that the Nightbane camp's supposed to be at. We are in Canada, making our way through. We are identifying some crazy places along the way. Mountains where there are no mountains. Lakes that don't look like what they say. All sorts of fun stuff going on. It is it's April 1st now. Who's giving me my 32-mile mark?
Oh, that means Millie's only got 4 days to get her mandatory drug screening out of the way to maintain her bar accreditation.
Yeah,
We're not
I'm
going to do
sorry.
that.
Sorry, I don't think you're going to do that. Especially if you've been, like, taking poisons and stuff along the way. You might pass or fail.
Okay, I need to. I have we're headed to here coordinates. Where is it as far as where we are? Oh, we're close. We're very close.
Over 100 miles. About 3 days.
Oh, wait, no, that was from the Hard Rock Mines. Where. Now I got them all confused where
We
I
were
was.
down by Triangle Lake, the one that Murray sent most recently.
Thank you.
Oh, that previous night, wonderful lawkeeper, can I roll that percentile dice to see if I get that not one?
Sure.
Why?
First, how many PPE are you putting into it?
Oh yeah, good to stick with a 30.
Okay, give me a percentage roll for that first.
Perfect. 92.
Oh. Give me 3d20.
Ooh.
This spot looks pretty good. Next to O'Neill Lake.
And add them up.
That's a 13. 26 total.
Just west of O'Neill Lake, there is a lake, or perhaps a series of small lakes, that make the most perfect number 7.
Okay, so
Is that important, or are you just pointing it out?
No, it's just neat.
Ah, cool.
Nightbane, you're in geography class. Anyway, Lawrence, you ended up putting in 52 points of PPE.
Ooh.
Let me roll for the radius.
Uh-oh.
And it stayed on for 52 minutes. And it got really, really hot. But it did not blow up. I so wanted it to blow up.
Well,
Because, that would have been an MDC explosion.
that would have been. See you all next week for a new campaign of Nightbane.
Oh, it wouldn't have been much. It would have been only 2 or 3 MDC,
2 or 3. If it was 3, I would be dead.
Yeah, that is a pretty interesting number 7.
I'm just now looking at it. You're right. It really does look like a number 7.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I need to look at this now too.
It is a really nice number 7.
Why did none of you take me seriously?
No, it's just I finally got around to getting everything
What?
else out of the way.
All right, where's this number 7?
So the
Just
coordinates that I
west.
sent, it's just to the west of that.
I've been looking at Marin Lake for a while now, just because the name of it is funny.
Oh no. We're right next to the General's Lake. General O'Neill.
General O'Neill.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other general. The
Nope.
one who comes when you think about him.
No.
Cross
Not gonna
plane
happen.
situation.
Are you sure?
Though
about
there
that?
is almost an equivalent, but we're not gonna go there.
Are you positive about that? Do you really not want to? I don't have it queued up. We're actually good.
Don't.
Do, 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 do,
Do we make it to
do.
O'Neill Lake without issues?
You do make it to O'Neill Lake without issues.
Huzzah!
I am having issues though with O'Neill Lake. Maybe it's just me, but that lake, the formation of it has a lot of curvatures in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was
Yeah.
formed by multiple impacts
Or explosions.
or explosions. Yeah, it just looks not
Yeah.
natural. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is eerily close to a 7. You're right.
What I'm saying.
Back to the 7. Lake 7.
If that's not its name, it's a travesty.
Probably not, because no one looked at it from the satellites. So I don't see
I don't see a name. Yeah.
Well, that's its name now. National Geographic, get on it.
We have
So
named
give
it
credit
Lake
to
7.
Albert Inn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Lake
And
7,
now,
Canada.
from now until perpetuity, anytime anyone mentions the number 7, Albert Inn gets a royalty.
That would be amazing.
Would be
Every
So
casino
so.
would be paying us out a ton.
No kidding.
7. So when you roll 2d6, the most average number rolled is 7.
I mean, even if we took a penny per 7 mentioned in the world on a daily basis, that would still be a lot of money. We'd be retiring and making videos or
Yep.
campaigns all the time.
Uh-huh. Every day.
So we get to this place.
Full-time job.
There are no encounters. Is there anything special you guys wish to do during the daylight hours? Your rest period, so to say. For this time being, let me make some other rolls while you guys decide that.
Oh, there is one house nestled in here.
Is there?
Yeah.
Where is it?
So from your pinpoint, if you travel east-northeast and then into that little,
Oh,
like,
you're right.
there's one house in there.
I think there's a pier. I think it has a pier on it, unless that's a tree shadow. I can't tell.
I think that's Tree Shadow.
Okay.
But
Oh.
Where's the road to the house? How do you get to the house?
Take the lake, maybe.
fly as a moth.
Yeah, or that. A
There
lot
are,
of
there are,
places in
there
Canada
are
you can
no
only get
roads
to from by water planes.
Maybe it's a hunting cabin
anywhere close.
or a fishing cabin. Like you have to hike out there.
Wow, that's a hike.
That is a
Where-
hike.
Yeah,
It's nothing for this group of Nightbane.
yeah,
Been
we've been hiking.
hiking.
Whoa.
Okay.
Even they're excited about this.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Indeed. They came over to learn how to sew on the sewing machine.
Oh, useful life
Press the
skill.
button.
Yeah, life skills.
Awesome. Everybody sleeping?
I will
Anyone
stay
staying awake?
I
I
will
should
keep the
say.
watch.
Well, I mean, we
Uh,
can rotate watches.
I will take a shift. Yes.
Gotta do
Keith will
what I've
take a shift.
been doing. I'll leave the shifts to them, but the first 2 hours I'll stay awake. Try to pump 30 PPE into this funky little device. And
Are
see
you gonna
what happens.
purposely stay awake all night, Tanj? Or all day?
I'll squeeze in like a quick 2-hour power nap shortly after noon.
Okay. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who
Gotcha,
gets
gotcha,
it?
gotcha.
It gets 3. 1, 2, 3. Guess what? It's gonna happen in a quickie 2-hour power nap.
Okay.
Millie, during your nap, you're gonna find yourself awaking in a campsite. It's gonna look, sound familiar to what Lawrence described. You are gonna see dice, 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 dice. Ooh, 7 other people wandering around.
Because of that lake, isn't it?
Hey, that is weird, but that just happens to be what I rolled. 7.
You
So
owe us
we're into the
royalty.
power of 7. So you
Okay.
see 7 others wandering around. They all definitely, again, have Nightbane characteristics. From what you can see, the camp's fairly structured. I wouldn't call it a permanent campsite, but semi-permanent, very well structured.
I will go into, or I will approach what seems to be a central location of this campsite, and
Yes.
I will watch the other Nightbane's interactions with each other, what they seem to be doing, how they treat one another, whether it's with respect or hostility or whatever.
Well, some of them definitely have leashes and collars on and being dragged around by the others. No. Sorry. They are, from what you can tell, they're being cordial with each other. They seem to be, since you don't have a proficiency in reading lips, there is no sound coming from them or from anything. You get the feeling you are in a dream, or you're seeing the dream reflection of an area. Hard to say. You're not very proficient in what you're experiencing. You don't sense Nightbane. You don't sense anything. Sense wise. Gut wise. You don't feel endangered. They look like they're going about a normal day. It is daylight out. No one seems to be freaking out or under stress or running around with their head cut off or anything like that, under stress. They just come and go. It is kind of a little weirdish because if you're going to spend some time, which I'll give you a couple of minutes watching, they do seem to come and go from your vision. They're not always there. And you're going to get the feeling that there are more than just 7 people there. Because sometimes you see others as well. And after a few minutes, somebody who looks completely human, you don't see any features that would say Nightbane from them, approaches you and says, "Greetings. Welcome to our camp. Who are you?" "My name is Isabella."
Right, I think you meant my brother the other night. Oh, the other day.
So you're one of the 4 of his group that are coming this direction. You must be getting
Right.
really close.
Getting closer, that's for sure. I do
You
not
seem
have...
to be the only ones in the area coming this way right now.
Okay. I don't have a measuring tool on Google Maps, and Google Earth tries to break my computer. How far are we from the little coordinates? Like another week?
Oh, no. You are 80 miles, so just over 2 days.
Okay. All right then. Then yeah, I will tell the lady. Yeah, we're a few days out. Should be there before
Good.
too long.
Cool. Well, we haven't had any problems. No reports of any Nightlands creatures coming around, which they shouldn't anyhow. So we should be good.
How long has this camp been around?
Oh, let's see here. We've been here. I set it up probably a week after Dark Day when I knew that there was a lot more Nightbane out and they would need a spot to come gather at. So, since the 13th of March.
The 13th of March?
Yep.
Flora told us on the 10th that we need to come to Canada. Is this canonically a different date?
It can work like that, yes. The dreams are different, follow different rules. It is possible for somebody to get a message earlier than when I send it.
Your dreams can go backwards in time.
It's possible. I can't control it.
Are you a Nightbane?
Yes.
Interesting. Why do you look like this? If you're a Nightbane.
Because none of my Nightbane characteristics are physical.
Millicent does not like this. She, makes a face but doesn't say anything about it, but her displeasure is apparent.
You are a Dark Day child?
Yeah.
So there is much you don't know about Nightbane.
Correct.
We will teach you as much as we can when you get here.
Okay, how long have you been Nightbane?
Oh. What year is this?
2020.
2020? About 980 years.
Alright, well, okay then. I don't know how long these dream things last, but I'll have many questions for you when we get there in a couple of days. Or,
You're out.
oh, okay.
And it doesn't
I-
look like she was ready for it either. It just happened.
I wake up in a jolt, mid-sentence talking about backwards dreams.
Backwards.
I think I just met, that lady. Well,
This will be a conversation for the night, yes? When everyone's awake, but yes.
Oh,
We can skip to that.
oh, I assumed Lawrence was still fiddling with his computer.
No.
Does that for the
Okay.
first 2 hours and then goes to sleep.
Okay, never mind. Well, I wake up talking about backwards dreams, and then we'll hold my thoughts until everyone wakes.
Which, ding, everyone's awake. Anyway.
Cool.
Well, that is interesting. What did you get a sense of her? A vibe, if you will?
She said she's been Nightbane for 980 years.
Whoa.
That seems potentially useful, at least.
That's.
Yeah. And her dreams can go backwards.
Yeah, they looked good for their age.
She said that she set up the camp 3 days after Flora told us about it. And she says she can't control when dreams come through, which seems like a very disconcerting skill to have.
Well, I mean, not entirely. The theory of messing around with messages through time is scientifically possible. We just don't have the technology to be able to do it as humans. And if we're cycling in this weird energy that's happening on, then theoretically it's really possible. I mean, we're making things that shouldn't be able to happen. I mean, you can turn invisible. How does that make any sense, Millie?
It doesn't.
So
But
then
at least I can control it.
maybe she has more control over it than she realized and just hasn't bothered asking the question.
In 980 years?
Yeah,
You don't think
it's
she's
possible.
curious? Anyway, we should be there in a couple of days. She didn't really give me too much information. I was mostly just... I spent the first good chunk of the dream just kind of people watching, as it were. No one seemed to be in particular amounts of distress. Just everyone seemed to be going about life. So, I feel comfortable going there now, having seen it for myself.
Well, I like to hear that. Very good.
Yeah, she did say that we seem to be the only group approaching as of right now. She hasn't been able to reach anyone else through dreams, who's not us or
That's
already in
possible.
the camp.
Well, we're nearly there. Should we trek on?
Yeah.
Oak?
Okay.
Since we are in the middle of nowhere, literally, what I want to do is just take the next couple of days as just rolls to see if there's any encounter that should happen. Because we're kind of getting into the routine and we're kind of really close anyhow. So let's see if we can get there in the next 30 minutes.
I'm ready.
So am I.
I'll do one of the
Those-
rolls. I haven't done any yet. And we know how
So
tragic
we
my
need
rolls can be.
3 rolls. So let's, who wants to go first?
I'll go
Ox,
last.
Okay, Ox can go first.
65.
65. Let's see here. You get attacked by a group of locusts. No encounter.
We eat them.
Yeah, I was to say, like, that would be anything for a Nightbane.
I
Okay.
am tree-ish. Which
And you are tree-ish.
my turn.
eat all my,
Millie,
all my leaves.
Your roll.
I got a 38.
Well, since I
38.
hadn't re-randomized it, it's still no encounter. You want me to re-randomize it before you roll,
Sure.
Lawrence? Okay, let me re-randomize it here real fast. And okay, go ahead. Roll away.
Here comes the tragedy. 84.
84. Night Lord. No. You wanted a tragedy, right? No.
Yeah, that would have been tune in next week then, everybody, for
It would have been
Nightbane
twice.
3.
That's almost happened, yeah. But no encounter.
Okay, cool.
So, the way this is going to go down, this is going to be, since it's a partial day, you're going to be getting there at night. So, while you're walking at night, you get to the coordinates that you were going for. You reach that wood spot. You reach that area where the coordinates are at. You see nothing. You sense nothing. Looks like, I mean, not sense nothing as in the dream. Just, it looks like a wood. There's plenty of animals around. You don't sense Nightbane anywhere. And you're there. You don't see anything that would resemble a camp. What do you do? Did I forget to mention you guys got this message backwards 200 years? You're 200 years too early. No.
No.
I will
You're at the spot.
use my thermal goggles, see what's going on. Or thermal goggles, those are just my eyes.
Yes.
And my
Yeah.
ultraviolet eyes.
You are seeing nothing out of the ordinary from what you would expect from this wooded area. And, you know, the wildlife, the rest of your party, everything looks completely normal.
I will shroud myself and see if that changes what I can perceive. It doesn't, but I'm gonna try it anyway.
Well, you are correct. You can successfully shroud yourself. It doesn't change what you can see. Everything still looks the same.
Hmm.
It
Ox
goes, well, this is
will-
anticlimactic.
Indeed.
Was there a secret password we're supposed to know?
Pineapple.
Perhaps since the messages were received via dream, perhaps we have to get there in our dream?
I need
That's-
perception rolls from everybody.
Are you saying we should go to sleep?
That is what I'm potentially suggesting, yes.
Keith is not seeing anything with a 1.
Ooh.
I did get a natural 20.
A
She sees
natural
it.
20.
I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
13.
He sees it. Ox doesn't see it. He just happens to be looking in the same direction Keith is looking. What you are going to see is,
Darkness.
let's see here. You almost have the chance of knowing it, but you don't, because you've never done it before. Ox, you see out of nowhere in the open a human appear walking towards you. Millie, out of nowhere, like materializing out of nothing, you see Isabella walking towards you.
Was that Ox supposed to be Lawrence?
Oh,
You said I couldn't see
yeah. Okay, I got confused. Yes, Lawrence, you see Isabella. The two Mothman see Isabella walking towards you.
Raises up one of the gun arms. Hey, Isabella. Ox, wrong way. Keith, this way.
So when you turn around, you see this lady. You don't know where she walked up from. Both Lawrence and Millie just saw her appear out of nothing.
Is that
Just,
like a
just appeared.
shrouding effect? She can do that.
Yes, it is like a shrouding effect, just way more powerful.
Ooh, cool. You got stuff to learn, Millie.
Well,
You
yeah,
guys
that
made
makes
it.
sense.
Do you know that you're being followed? Any concerns that you're being followed?
Not to our knowledge right now. We were previously, but we shook them.
Yeah.
That was in
We
America.
killed some vampires and killed some
The same
hounds?
vampires. Over again. And a couple
Yeah.
hounds. And a big flying snake.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Flying serpent, yes. Hounds, yes, definitely. Vampires, you knocked them out for a while. I understand that. Killing them. I don't know anyone who's ever killed a vampire. But anyway, good luck with that.
Oh. They are going to be a pain in our rear end for the rest of our lives, aren't they?
No.
No?
So,
No.
Good.
not
But-
to interrupt, but definitely to cut to the chase, where is the actual encampment?
You have to understand, we have to be certain and safe about things as well. So, give it some time. We just need to be certain you are who you say you are. Just as I'm sure you're wondering about us, of course. We need to be certain that you're not being followed or tracked. We have been watching you, of course, for the last mile. But give us a few more minutes, just so that we can verify everything.
Would it help if we made ourselves human again?
No,
For like a second?
that's
okay.
not necessary. I can. Once she appeared, by the way, you both sense Nightbane from her, even though you don't see a single thing on her that would say she's Nightbane. She looks totally human. But when she
That's-
appeared, all of a sudden you could sense the Nightbane from her.
How'd you get so lucky?
That's a long conversation. Like I said, give us some time. You'll have plenty of time for questions and answers. You see her turn her head. You swear she said something. You couldn't hear it. It's like she was talking to somebody standing next to her, but you couldn't hear it. You couldn't hear a reply. And she turns back and goes, "Couple more minutes. We're just checking out a couple more things. We need to be careful." You understand, of course. Especially with doppelgangers and hollow men and things like that.
Can
Huh?
they
And
appear to be
Osmati.
Nightbane?
Under the right circumstances, yeah.
And
A
how do we know you're
doppelganger
not?
can assume any form. And with the right spells and stuff, they can sense as Nightbane as well.
Right. Okay.
Keith is just looking around like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. Like he doesn't know what's going on, but he's got a little twitch in his tail. You guys say anything else to her?
Nope. I twiddle my thumbs.
Just waiting it out, okay? Well, that's
Do I have
100.
thumbs? I do whatever the
Mandibles?
equivalent is of twiddling my thumbs.
In
You
like a cricket.
don't have thumbs.
I
Do you
actually
have thumbs?
I don't know if I've ever established my thumb havingness.
Twiddle your antennas.
Ah, I can do that. I can flick them around. Yeah, I do that. Good call.
After about 5 more minutes, she goes, "Please forgive me for the delay. I'm very sorry, and I know it's hard when you don't know much. I assume, are you all Dark Day children?" And Keith goes, "No, I've been around a while." The rest of you?
The rest of
Yeah.
us are.
Yes. Okay. But welcome to our camp. And at that instance, a camp appears around you.
Oh, good heavens, we're in the middle of
Buildings,
it.
tents, people, Nightbane. You can sense Nightbane from all of them. You were let into the shroud.
That is some trick.
I would say that was a barrel of fun.
So,
You're here now, and you can see it. You see about 8 of them right now.
so what
Counting
is
Isabella.
the purpose of this camp? Is it just a safe place, or are we trying to do something? Either way is cool. I just want to know what's going on.
A lot of people want to know what's going on. We are trying right now to figure out what the purpose of Dark Day was. We think that it was a full-out invasion attempt of the Night Lords into Earth Prime, or the Earth Dimension, but it got canceled, I guess you should say. They pulled back. They pulled back. They are here, though, more than what they should be, or what they have been in the past. Anyway, pull up a chair. There are logs and chairs around and everything like that. Let's play Lord no. Yeah, right now we're just trying to understand what happened, why Dark Day occurred, what it means, and what our next actions should be. This camp is a place for Nightbane to gather, because we now feel it's time that we need numbers, groups of Nightbane together in order to act, instead of just out there surviving and hiding as it has been in the past, or just living a life. The balance has changed. The Night Lords have always been trying to take over Earth. That is their goal. They want to enslave humanity and take over Earth for its resources. It's always just been very, very hard for them to cross over. That's why they only come over a few at a time. Well, they did something for a full-out invasion. The cost, the energy requirements for them boggle even my mind. I don't know how they did it, because it was at a global scale. I mean, they not just opened up portals to Earth, they brought the darkness to Earth from their dimension. There were no stars, there was no sky. For a time, it's almost like for a time they brought Earth to their dimension, the whole planet. We're not positive yet exactly what happened. That's what we think. Something like that occurred. But then all of a sudden, also, Nightbane started being born in numbers that are unprecedented. Night Lords and Nightbane have always been at war, at fighting each other. I guess we don't get along. We want our Earth to be the same as it always has been. They want to enslave humanity and strip Earth of its resources. So they bringing Earth to their dimension did not cause Nightbane to be born. We do not know why. We have never known why Nightbane are born. But Nightbane have always been around as long as humanity has been around. Never in great numbers. 1 in a million, very random, very sporadic, no rhyme or reason ever to it. I don't know what Keith has told you about his lore of understanding Nightbane, but for many, many years long ago, before my time even, the Nightbane were pretty open about being around humans. They had no reason to fear humans. And a lot of them actually did very well at establishing themselves enough that the humans didn't fear them. Now, yes, a lot of them took the God route, as I call it. I am your God, you will do what I say, blah, blah, blah. But they never really, most Nightbane, again, Nightbane are like humans. Everyone's different. Everyone has its own motivation, but for most part, they were, I would say the word might be benevolent. Yes, they were gods, and rightly so, according to the times. They couldn't be damaged by practically anything that the humans could do. They lived forever. We live forever. As long as you don't kill us. I wish we could figure out the Night Lords or the vampires' ability to stay alive. But then a couple thousand years ago, I guess the best way to say, I wouldn't say the Night Lands and the Night Lords came into existence. They just somehow connected their dimension to ours. Created that parallel Earth. on their side to ours. Not exactly positive how or why, but the first Nightlands beings started showing up on Earth a couple thousand years ago and hunting the Nightbane. And they were really the very first supernatural creature that really offered a threat to the Nightbane. So most Nightbane took up the posture of hiding. They went into hiding. It was easier to hide. You don't want to go to the Nightlands because they are way more powerful in the Nightlands than they are here. So we didn't want to take the fight to them. They have the numbers in the Nightlands. Here, there wasn't enough of them to matter. They could come over and hunt us. If we avoided them, we were safe. There wasn't enough of them that could get over here to this Earth to really matter that much. And we thought that was going to be, since that lasted for 2,000 years like that, we thought that was just going to be it. That nothing else was going to occur and happen. There were some other Nightbane that wanted to take the fight to them and did take the fight to them. Haven't heard much from them. I don't think many of them survived that, taking the fight to them. From what I've heard about the Night Lords themselves, no Night Lord has ever come to Earth. 1. 2, over there, they are thousands upon thousands of times more powerful than the Nightbane. So it is very hard to beat them over there. We haven't had very many people We've had Nightbane to go to the Nightlands and come back for scouting. But the death rate is higher than 50-50. That's how dangerous the Nightlands are. Even a Nightbane, even to a supernatural creature. And in the Nightlands, everything is a supernatural creature. Or being. Then Dark Day happened. So I guess they've been cooking something up for thousands of years, or I don't know, something new happened. But they did a full-out invasion. And they came over, or they brought us in. We still don't know the exacts, but in great numbers. And I thought it was over. I really did. I mean, especially if a Night Lord could come to Earth, that would be it. Game over. We wouldn't be able to fight them, or at least I don't know many who could. Again, each Nightbane to their own. Some Nightbane I've heard that are even older than me, maybe they had enough ability. I don't know. But then all of a sudden, they withdrew, and things went kind of back to, I would say, normal, meaning Earth was not in the dark dimension. And I don't think they're coming over in the great numbers anymore. They're back to, it's very hard for them to come over. But unfortunately, a lot of them came over during Dark Day, so there's a lot here. There is a lot of Nightlands creatures, beings here, hiding or interacting. I think the doppelgangers probably replaced most of the government officials and started taking over the governments wherever they could. It's not a good picture. So I don't know what's going on. We're trying to figure that out. We're trying to figure out why Dark Day happened, what it was, what our next step's going to be. How can we... Chances are we're trying to get in contact with more Nightbane globally. We hear that there is more, I guess you'd want to say, resistance groups globally forming. The idea that's being put forward right now is we need to start being the hunters on Earth and hunting down the Nightlands creatures and beings and get them dead back to where it's hard for them to come across. And also at the same time, we need to figure out what Dark Day was, how they did it, and are they going to do it again? And also there are lots of billion other questions that would like to answer. The one that's been around for 50,000 years, or where did Nightbane come from? How do we even create it? Why? You know, that would be awesome to know. What else do we need to know? Yeah, vampires are a pain. They're definitely a pain, but they have a weakness. They have two weaknesses, actually. Wood and silver. As far as I know, you'll have to talk to, sorry, gotta get my notes real fast. Elsa, interesting. Elsa Simmons, who I can't see right now. She is our resident vampire expert. She's from San Antonio, big vampire hub. Lots of experience with vampires. So you can get lots of vampire information from her there. But as far as I know, vampires can't be killed. I mean, take what you've seen in books and movies and just throw it away. Just throw it away. That was all nice dramatization and everything like that. Vampires are supernatural creatures, but they are born from humans. And it is something that they can pass at their will to another human, this vampirism. That much is true. They cannot pass it to a Nightbane. We cannot become vampires from a vampire bite or a vampire drain. And it's not, from what Elsa has said, it's not the same as what's in the books or movies about how they make vampires. It is a process. It takes multiple days for a vampire to turn a human into a vampire. Still know the exact details on that. We have known that they do not like sunlight. They die in sunlight. Die, I say die as in they disintegrate into ash in sunlight. And the next day they'll be back. They can be turned to ash and they'll come back. They can be staked out. Staking them out stops their regeneration abilities beautifully. And you can chop them up, you can burn them, you can do whatever you want to them. And then they'll come back. You know, you can definitely make it difficult and a long time for them to come back. I think the longest somebody's ever been able to keep a known vampire from coming back is like a month. But then again, you know, it's not like we put ID trackers on them and know where they are at all times. I don't know how long it takes a specific vampire to come back, but the one thing else that we kept talking about is how they took a vampire, ashed it, took its ashes onto a plane, and scattered the ashes across the entire United States slowly out of the plane. And in a month he was back.
I'm
So
sure
I don't
I'll
know if it took
learn
the
to-
whole month, but yeah, took some time, but he came back.
Yeah, vampires are the worst.
But they can be killed pretty easily. You just got to use wood or silver. And you can take them out of the picture pretty fast, pretty easily. As long as you don't walk into a horde. A whole horde of vampires, but yes. Anyway, that's my little spiel of a dump. There's a lot more information, but what else do you want to know? What questions do you guys have right now? I will say a couple other things, I guess. A little bit more. Again, we don't know why or how Nightbane are created. But I will say this, over my 900, almost 1,000 years of experience, there's got to be something behind it. I say something. I don't know if it's someone or something, a being, a god, who knows what. There's got to be something behind it. And I say this because Nightbane, the concept of Nightbane has evolved. You go back 1,000 years, back to when I first was Nightbane, they weren't a lot around, but you wouldn't find Lawrence back then. There was no technological Nightbane. You know, the technological Nightbane forms only came across in the last 30 years. The Nightbane forms have kind of mimicked the technological evolution possibilities of the human race. So there weren't gun-toting Nightbane 1,000 years ago because guns didn't exist. There are a lot of forms and talents that I have seen that I haven't seen in hundreds of years, that are no longer around, that even after Dark Day, of course I haven't seen a lot yet, but I have not seen these forms in hundreds of years, so I don't know if they exist anymore. Something's got to be behind it, but we don't know what. Sorry. Now questions. Like that didn't create 100 more questions, but we are trying to figure things out.
I do have a question, actually, as individual who's at least part of your ability is to communicate via dreams. Have you encountered a Native American fellow really into nature?
In a dream.
In a dream, yes, well said.
Well, what did he do? What was the circumstances behind it, I guess?
Circumstances, Lawrence and I had accidentally gone into some kind of trance because of a ley line while we were being attacked by that flying serpent thing. And we went to a dream at my old cabin, but it was more nature-y. And this fella chatted with us for a little bit and then seemingly woke us up from the trance so we could fight the flying serpent.
When you went into this trance, were you casting magic?
We were using abilities, yeah.
But not magic, just abilities, natural Nightbane abilities. Not
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So yes, using Nightbane abilities under a ley line, that is a possibility that will push you into a mind coma. I wouldn't call it a dream, but your mind was disassociated from your body. You probably could have been there for quite a long time. And this person woke you up ahead of schedule. Probably because you guys were still in jeopardy at the time when you woke up. Yes. If I had to make a guess, I'd say you ran into a Gaian, a worshiper of Gaia.
In our dreams?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. It's a mental plane, a dreamscape plane. You got your minds are separated from your bodies, and without training and experience, you would have stayed there for days. Gaians have the ability to walk the dreamscape as well. Some Gaians do. He probably saw you and helped you out, helped you get out. The Gaians are worshippers of Gaia, or followers. I don't say worshippers, followers of Gaia. The spirit of Gaia, Mother Earth. They're humans.
Humans. Interesting.
Well, yeah, they're humans. I've never known a Nightbane to be a Gaian, but hey, anything's possible now since Dark Day.
Interesting.
I think I've got lots of questions, but I might just need to sit and think about them for a while.
I agree.
We've been on the run for a while, so a good break might be nice.
Do you have a spot that we can set up camp for ourselves?
Since we knew you were coming, we've prepared some extra tents. The shroud that's covering this place covers a mile and is not like your shroud. I mean, it acts like your shroud, but it's not it's not that type of shroud. It's way more enhanced and powerful. It will prevent supernatural creatures besides Nightbane from even wanting to wander this direction. So Nightlands patrols won't come this way unless they really, 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 really have a reason to, which we don't give them. So by happenstance, they're not going to walk this way. So you'll be safe here for some time. And we'll introduce you to everybody here after you get a rest.
Sounds like a good plan. Just point us in the direction, and I think we're gonna
Yep.
turn in for the rest of the night. Do you guys operate on a diurnal or nocturnal schedule?
We sleep at night, work
Okay.
during the day. We don't have a
Under-
reason
Diurnal.
to
Okay.
be like that. I mean, I understand on the run it would be better, but you should be good.
Okay, great. Then I'm gonna turn in for the rest of the night, and be up and at 'em in the morning.
She will show you to your tents. They're all together in an area. Hard to get an exact number of how many people are here, but you're gonna say probably around 10. The only
The whole camp?
that you can tell, yes.
Okay.
Actually, well, here, let's see here.
So we're increasing the population a fair amount.
1,
Yeah,
2,
this was-
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Ox is
11,
going to
12. There are 12 people here in camp right now,
Us,
besides you guys,
us. Okay.
plus you.
Ox is going to keep watch as long as necessary. As necessary as means until somebody else wakes up.
Okay.
He does not trust.
Okay. Well then, we shall call it there. You made it to camp, to the Nightbane camp. Yay!
Yes.
You're alive?
did it.
You didn't lose any more NPCs?
It only took 18 episodes. 9 sessions. No, that's not right. I'm not mathing right. 27.
Times- Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Woo!
We're really good at Nightbane.
We're so good at this.
I mean,
We're
that's
so
true.
good at
Uh,
it.
The first traveling, yeah, definitely is going to take some time. We'll see what becomes available as far as travel goes soon.
Woo.
Depends on what you can stomach.
Hmm.
Join us again next week or next time, and we'll see what new things they learn.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
The end may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles and